Shalom, all praises, all honor, all glory due to Yahawah, RAWCHAA QADASH, double honors to the apostle, elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and salutation to the ahchyam doing and pushing this word in honesty, sincerity, and in truth. Shalom, ahchyam, shalom, ahchyam. The time of our salvation is soon at hand, and the Most High Son Yahawashi is going to touch down on this earth any second now and deliver judgment and our salvation, right? we are not we are not far from that time, you know. Any second, that war could go off, and during that war, Yahushua is gonna show up, and we're not far from our deliverance, right? But not all Israel will be saved, right? 2/3 shall be cut off, and there's a remnant that will be saved, that 1/3, the remnant, and you know 144,000 sealed away already, you know and there's an elect, right? Book of Zechariah chapter 13 verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein, right? And that's gonna be, hopefully, that's you, and hopefully that's me, and hopefully that's us. That's what we want to be part of the remnant, and not be cut off. But 2/3 shall be cut off, because there's a lot of wicked Israelites, that just they want to follow the white man's doctrine, and they can't leave their plantation Christianity, and they're just they're wicked off those ways. And there's just some wicked entities in this world, and the Most High can't have that. You can't have that in the kingdom. So if you wanna follow certain ways and doctrines, and you're gonna be cut off, right? Most High, he can't have that mess, right? There's only going to be a remnant, 1/3 of Israel. Israel is like the sand of the sea, but only a remnant, only a select amount, shall be saved. 144,000 sealed away, right? And that's just what it is. Book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 27. Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. Right? So there's gonna be a 2/3 cut off, and there's gonna be a remnant. There's gonna be what's left. And there's the elect, right? 144,000 sealed away already, but there's gonna be a remnant, from all of Israel. All right. And we're just hoping that we, if not the election, we're just, part of that remnant. The 2/3 that shall be cut off. You don't want to be part of that. Book of Romans chapter 11 verse 30, verse 5. Slakia. Even so, then, at this present time also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. And right now we're all under a grace period. We're under the grace of the Most High. So the Most High, he pretty much knows who's coming into the kingdom and who's not. He's doing that sifting right now, and he knows who's gonna be there and who's not. There's already 144,000 sealed, right? That's all yet to be revealed, right? And that's what it is. We're all trying to get into the kingdom of heaven, hopefully, but a lot of us will make it, and there's a lot of us that won't. A great deal that won't, All right. Book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Right? This is when Yahawashi, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, Yahawashi, the Son of the Most High. This is when he appears. He's going to be appearing on this earth. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Right? So there's an elect, there's a chosen elect, and 144,000 already sealed away. Right? And this is coming from the remnant. This is from the remnant of what's going to be left. 2/3 shall be cut off from Israel and die. Though Israel be of the sand of the sea, 2/3 of Israel shall be cut off and die. And that's just how it's set. The Most High, He has to do it, man. It just has to be done. The Most High can't have folly in His kingdom. But you know it's a glorious thing at the end of the day when you really think about it. The Most High, he done so much for us, and He's doing so much for us, and it's just His blessings just keep on coming. He's a merciful God. His mercy endureth forever, right? But we got some wicked people out there and some wicked entities, and Most High can't have certain things, man. But it's a beautiful thing, same way. Book of Revelation, chapter 7, verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Right? So 144,000 are already sealed away. That's what it is. Right? So the Most High, he's sifting to see, who's worthy of the kingdom, who's not. That's why you got to keep doing the work, keep praying, hoping, and praying, and keeping the faith, being a great person, a good person, a man of God, a man of Yahawah, a man of the Lord, and not an evil entity. You can't just say, yo, just because I'm an Israelite, I'm going to be saved. It doesn't work like that, right? It ain't going to go down like that. You got to keep doing, keep doing your work, and keep the faith, and everything should be blessed. Right? Book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 31. What shall we then say to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us? Right? He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things? We're gonna get everything we want. We're gonna be blessed in heaven. And another thing that we need to be separated from these wicked people. We can't have the wicked and the just in the same kingdom. It don't work like that, right? Most High, he has his election. He has his chosen. The remnant of 2/3 that should be cut off is all the Most High needs. The Most High, His thing. It says everything has to be done decently and in order, and that's what it is. He has to have that decency and order. He can't have all these wicked people up in the kingdom, and that's what we need. We need to be separated from those evil spirits. As we do our good, right? That's what it is. Can't have the just and the unjust in the same kingdom. The Most High made one unto honor and one unto dishonor. Um, verse 33. who shall lay anything to the charge of God's elect? It is God that justifieth, right? So as long as you're doing what you gotta do, and you be chosen as the elect, or you just everything's done through the Most High. The Most High justifieth all, right? He's the ultimate judge. He's the ultimate judge at the end of the day, right? What he says go, right? Who is he that condemneth? It is Christ that it is Mashiach, I should say. Salakia, it is Mashiach that died, yea, rather that he is risen again, who is even at the right hand of God, who also maketh intercession for us. Right? So, you gotta go through Mashiach Yahawashi to get to Yahweh, right? He sees all, he knows all, you know, you gotta go through Yahweh's son before you could before you get to Yahawah, right? You know? That's just what it is. Book of Ezekiel. So okay, I can find that. Okay, let me find it. Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 11. Alright. For thus saith the Lord God, behold, I, even I, will both search my sheep and seek them out, as a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered. So will I seek out my sheep, and will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day. Right? And we already know that the Most High's children are scattered throughout, the four corners of the earth, all over, all over, like every country. We're scattered all abroad, as they say, all abroad, right? And the Most High sifting, and he wants his sheep, his children, right? Most High, he's trying to gather his flock, right? He wants his sheep, He doesn't want, you know, he wants his sheep. He doesn't want the heathenistic and those evil, wicked Israelites, man, that does know nothing but wrong, those plantation Christianity Israelites, Mosai is not having that in the kingdom, right? He wants his flock, his sheep, Book of Matthew, chapter 10, Salakia, verse 5. These 12 Jesus sent out forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. Right? This is Christ, your so-called Christ, Yahawashi, Mashiach Yahawashi, addressing his 12 disciples, right? And he told them, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and enter not into any of the city of the Samaritans, but go, verse 6, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Right? In the house of Israel, the sheep are scattered all abroad. Right? So let's go over that again. Matthew chapter 10, verse 5, going up to 6. These 12 Jesus, which is Yahawashi, these 12 Yahawashi sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Right? And that's what it is. Right? Mosai, he's trying to gather his sheep, and that's what he's trying to do, Verse 7, and as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And heaven and salvation is only for the Israelites and only for us. Yahawashi is there. Hamashiach Yahawashi, he's gonna be there. He's gonna gather us up and take us into the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is at hand, right? And verse 8, heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give, right? This is only for us, this is only going to be for us, right? But, not all, like I said, not all Israel is going to make it, you know. The ones believing in their so-called Jesus Christ, the ones that say Jesus Christ, and they're following after their plantation Christianity, they're not gonna make it, man. They're gonna be cut off. But the ones that know it's Yahawashi all the way, HaMashiach Yahawashi, and trying to really seek that kingdom, they dwell on their Bible and really take it in and understand the truth. You know, not all Israel will be saved, and not all Israel get it. Book of Romans chapter 11 verse 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, right? But the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded, right? So the elect will get it. The election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded, and there will be a remnant, and 2/3 shall be cut off, and that's what it is. The remnant is gonna go with Yahawah, Yahawashi, and the election they got it. There's 144,000 sealed, but not all Israel will be saved, and that's just what it is. So keep the faith, keep hope, keep praying, and hopefully know you make it into the kingdom. That's, we just gotta keep doing this work, hope and pray, and keep the faith. That's all I have on that, ahchyam. Shalom.